Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self Healing, which I wrote after I healed myself from cancer without using the medical model, just naturally. So, how did I do that? And you're probably asking why. Why would I end up facing cancer and not going the medical route when everybody else does that? And we're told that that's what we need to do. And we're told that doctors have all of our answers. And we're told that there are treatment options and treatment plans, and that, those are the plans and those are the things, and that's what there is. But I was different. I don't know why, but I was. When I found myself facing cancer, I looked at what the medical model had to offer. And I looked at their treatment plans. And I looked at the very paved road that they had already planned out for people who have cancer. The chemotherapy, the radiation, the pharmaceuticals, the surgeries, the follow-up visits, the co-pays, the further follow-up visits, and the further follow-up visits, and the further follow-up visits. I really was not interested in continuing the pattern of having to go to the doctor for the rest of my life. At the time I was facing cancer, my life was pretty miserable to begin with, as you may well imagine. I was struggling. I was a light worker, someone here to bring light to this planet. And in all of that darkness, I didn't know how to shine my light. I didn't know where I was supposed to fit in or what I was supposed to do. And I just wasn't figuring out how to fit into the world. So I was really struggling. And I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that all of my inner struggles were showing up in my body. It was clear to me that the emotions and the thoughts were connected to the body. And it was clear to me that we're body, mind, and soul. And it was very clear to me that my soul was really not very close to my body. That my soul was sitting back, looking, going, why are you struggling? Why don't you just get quiet and start listening and let me guide you? So I decided that that was going to be my path, that I was going to reconnect to my soul, no matter what it took. Whether I had to leave my body to do it or whether I could simply connect and bring my soul into my body. I had those two options, and either one was fine with me because my life was so miserable at the time that I really, truly did not care whether I lived or died. Really did not make a single bit of difference to me. Death would have been a very welcome respite. So my approach to my healing was very, very unconventional, to say the least. Every day I sat and I meditated. And I started asking for inner guidance. I started asking to become my own doctor. I started asking, what do I need to know about this in order to make the situation go away? And funny thing is, I learned that when we start to ask questions, we receive answers when we allow them to come. Hey, Carol, you made it today. Hey, nice to see you. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Dad. Thanks for watching, everybody. So the better the quality question I asked, the better quality of answer I received. At first, I started asking, what do I do? What do I do? But I really wasn't getting very quiet. basically the answer was just sit and get quiet. So I practiced getting quiet. I practiced starting to listen. I practiced starting to notice the subtle shifts of energy and the subtle shifts of awareness. And I started to tune in to what my soul was trying to tell me. And I soon noticed that when I was receiving guidance, I was feeling that guidance in my body. I would feel the no's, and I would feel the yeses. And I started to notice that the no's would feel heavy or contracting. And I started to notice that the yeses felt light and expansive. So I started to hone that skill of asking. And I started asking, what do I need to know about this? What do I need to know about this to make it go away? And pretty soon the answer popped in. And the answer was completely unexpected. I had no clue. Suddenly, the answer was, hey, Lise, you're not being attacked by cancer. Neither is anybody else. Your body is trying to help you. Your body is doing exactly what it is designed to do under the circumstances you have provided for it. And suddenly it became crystal clear that cancer is an illusion. It's not what was happening to my body. And I realized it's not what's happening to anybody else's body either. We're not being attacked. Our bodies are serving their purpose. The symptoms that show up in our bodies are symptoms that our bodies are functioning exactly the way they're designed to function under the circumstances that we have provided. So every time we struggle emotionally, mentally, psychologically, our bodies are right there for us. And they respond in specific, predictable ways to the ways in which we are struggling. So we are body, mind, and soul. Those three things have been separated. When we go to the doctor, they look only at the body. When we go to church, they talk only about the soul. Schools deal with the mind. We have been separated on purpose as humanity in order to keep us under control, to keep us easily manipulatable. But now it's the time to bring all three parts back together as one whole being. When we bring all of our parts together, when we end the separation, we become one. And because life is a fractal, when we end the separation within ourselves, we also realize that we can end the separation within society. Society is being separated on purpose. And a separated, compartmentalized society, it's easy to get each part working against the other. And when we are separated, body, mind, and soul, it's easy to get the three parts working against each other. But now we are at the time of the Great Awakening, and it is time to stop working against each other. and working against ourselves. It is time to get body, mind, and soul working back together as one in harmony. Because with harmony comes health and happiness and joy and abundance and co-creative living, where we live with our neighbors, not against our neighbors. Can you imagine an entire world living in peace and harmony? Can you imagine living in peace and harmony? Loving who you are, loving your life, loving this beautiful planet. Can you imagine? It starts with you and me taking command of ourselves, becoming our own authorities. When we learn how to become our own doctor, we become the authority on our own health. My journey was not the most graceful or easy because I didn't really have a role model who could say, hey, here's how you become your own doctor. Here's how you heal your own body. I didn't see a lot of people out there showing us that. So I figured it out myself. Instead of going that well-paved path that the medical system has already laid out for us, with appointment after appointment after appointment, with checkup after checkup, with 6 months and 1 year, and better get this done, better have this done, prevent that, to I am in full balance. I am healthy by nature. I am happy. Life is easy. Life is fun. I get to enjoy my life. I get to enjoy this body. I get to enjoy climbing trees and swimming in lakes and skiing down mountains and doing all the fun things that I love to do, walking in nature. This body allows me to have these experiences. And now I know, because I didn't go that pre-paved route, I started bushwhacking up the side of the mountain. And yeah, it was an uphill climb. But guess what? When I got to the top, I had a 360-degree view. I could see clearly what was going on with my body. I could see clearly the path that the medical model had laid out for everyone. And I could see clearly the traps and the pitfalls. And unfortunately, I could see that the medical model was part of the systems that separate us. We cannot separate the body from the mind and the soul. They're all one thing. So inherently, there is a flaw in the medical system. The medical system is built upon the idea of selling medications. Our bodies are designed on the premise that they heal themselves automatically without any synthetic medications necessary. Yes, there are organic, life-giving substances in nature that can assist the body as it's going through a healing process. Absolutely. Native Americans, the Aboriginals, the ones in the rainforest, they all know these secrets of the plants, the medicinal herbs that grow right out of Mother Nature. Everything we need is right here. We don't need synthetic things from the artificial matrix, this matrix of control and separation that is designed for our suffering. It's time for us to free ourselves from the suffering. It's time to free ourselves from these systems that separate us from ourselves. This is why I call my website Connecting You to You. It's bringing the three pieces back together as one whole being, reconnecting the parts that have been separated out, reconnecting body, mind, and soul, so that you can start operating as the soul, as the brilliant, radiant beings of light you are. When you start operating from who you really are, your magnificence cannot be dimmed any longer. You start living in alignment with your soul's purpose, with your gifts, with your talents, with your beautiful, amazing abilities. You start living from passion and joy rather than in survival mode. And becoming your own doctor is how you begin to govern yourselves. We as humanity have been governed into states of war and poverty and disease and disaster for far, far, far too long. And now that has all come to an end. We are free. And it is now time for us to govern ourselves. So are you ready to govern your own selves? Are you ready to bring body, mind, and soul back into one? To mend the pieces of yourself and heal yourself. Healing the body isn't about healing the body. There's nothing wrong with the body. It is about healing the fractured self. It is about healing those wounds that we have all been carrying as humans for far, far, far too long. When I got quiet and I tuned in and I started asking good quality questions, I started receiving good quality answers. And now, after I learned the secrets of self-healing, which should not be secret at all, this is what I teach. I have a program called Aligning with Your Radiantly Healthy Self. And I help you bring the three pieces back together into one so that your body can reflect the greater quality you. So that you can stop the suffering, you can stop the separation, you can stop the war within and the war without, the external war. We can bring everything back into peace and harmony. If you're ready to become your own doctor, your own authority, your own sovereign being, healed, whole, complete, and radiant, reach out to me. I can show you the quick path. Instead of the bushwhacking path to the top of the mountain that I had to take, I can show you the easy route. And it is my honor and pleasure to be able to guide my clients through the easy route. So thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful today. Hope it opened some awareness for you. We're not meant to have to trust other people with our health. As body, mind, and soul, we are the soul with a body. And we have everything we need to keep it healthy, happy, and balanced. and to allow it to heal itself when the need arises. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. Hopefully, this was helpful. Until next week, create for yourselves a great week. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me at connectingyoutoyou.com, spelled out in full. Or you can email me, Lisa at connectingyoutoyou.com. I'd be more than happy to speak with you. Thanks so much. Until next week, create for yourselves a great, peaceful, harmonious, happy week. Bye for now.